So in this video I'm gonna show you how we gonna display the search volume chart. And the search volume chart is the chart that you basically see here, which display the development of the search term over time. But before we actually jump and build this chart, we need to know what are the elements that consist the chart. So from what we see, we have two main elements. We have this, the chart itself, and we have this nice explanation on the side that explains like what is the minimum and what is the maximum number. And inside the chart itself, we have 12 bars, and under each bar there is a border and there is a month. So let's maybe write this down. So if we have a chart, maybe let's go down. Yeah, we have a chart. Under this chart there's two sections: the description. Under this description we have minimum and we have maximum, and we have the chart itself, which has 12 columns. Each column has a vertical bar and a bottom border, which you see here, the border between the vertical bar and the text. And month text. And this basically repeats for 12 times because we have 12 months. So let's repeat this for 12 times. Yeah, you got what I mean. So let's go and build this in Harmony. Yeah, not here, but here. Yes. Now in Harmony, I'll click on the edit mode. I will go to body of the chart, scroll area, video insights. It's in row 2, and here I have search volume trend, and I have the section title, and I'm gonna put the chart under the section title, so in this content, section content. And as you can see here that I want my chart to be 70 pixels maximum, otherwise it will like expand over the content of the page and it will make the page look weird. So I just want it to be not more than 70 px, and that's why I have defined it here that the height is 70, like the height of this section content is 70. It's actually 72 px. Yeah, let's leave it 72 px. And inside the content, as we said, we have two things. We have the description and we have the chart itself. So let's build this. Let's add a layout inside section content, and let's add another layout inside section content. And we're gonna call the first one the chart itself, and the second one is the description. Let's start first by the easier part, the description. It has two text layers, minimum and maximum. So let's add this. Text here, text here. This text has a font color, this text should have a font color of this font color. So text color, and it should have a size of, I think, 12 px, and this should say min, and this should say max, and the max should have 12 px as well. And yeah, so basically this is the description section, and this is the chart itself. The chart itself should have a height of 100%, because I defined that the maximum height of the whole section content is 72 px, so I want the chart to take the whole height. So I should define the chart, the height to be 100%, and in order to see it, I should also define a width to be 100%. So it should take whatever width it has, whatever remaining width. So here I have, inside the section content, I have two things. I have the chart itself and I have the description. And I'm saying that the chart should take 100% of whatever is left in inside the section content. Let's call this section, let's call this chart. And let's call this chart body. So the description is not, the layout is different, because it's the minimum is underneath the maximum. So let's do this in harmony. It shouldn't be beside each other, they should be underneath each other. And I also want the description to take the 100% of the height of the section. So I will also define the height as 100%. And because I don't want them to be adjacent to each other, I want the minimum at the end and the maximum at the top. So I should change the alignment here. So now I have minimum and maximum at the top. And I should also give it a nice padding, so it's not directly adjacent to the chart itself. So inside the chart body, we should have these things: the vertical bar, the bottom bar, and the month text, and they repeat for 12 times. So let's, inside the chart body, add another layout and call it column. And this column, in this column, everything is tagged underneath each other. So we have the bar, the vertical bar, and underneath it we have a border, a gray border, and underneath it we have a text. So let's do this. Let's change the alignment, and let's, inside the column, add another layout. This is, we call the vertical bar, or let's just call it bar, and another layout. Let's call it border, and another layout which we gonna call month. and month should be under the border. So I want this border to be actually, so maybe let's actually attach this chart, bind this chart to data so we can actually visualize it better. Maybe also in order to visualize it, we can add a background to the chart column to make it, for example, E2, E6, E9. And this should also, the column should be a height of 100% of the chart body. And we should make the border 100% of the width. And if we go back to our data, we have here insights, search history, and this is basically the data that we gonna show. So we go here, we go to data binding, insights dot search history, and then click repeat data items, and we should be able to see it, I think. Let's maybe define a minimum width so we can see it better. Yeah, here you can see them. I have 12 nice columns for the search history. So let's fix the alignment here. So we should have, this is 100%, this is the column, minimum has a minimum width of 12 px, and what else should we do here? Yeah, we should then start constructing the chart itself. So each chart, we say that should have a bar. This bar should have a background, so let's give it a background of 1876FF, and it should have a minimum height, let's say, of 4bx. And as you can see, there's like the bars are appearing in top. I should actually change the direction, so they should appear here. And it should actually be the opposite direction. Yeah, no, yes, yes, cool. And I want everything to be aligned on the bottom. And then I want to add a border of 1bx to the bottom of the bar. So this is, I am gonna give it 1bx, and maybe also like 2bx from the bottom, so I give it some margin. And I also want to have a color for this border, so the border should be, I think, 757575. So let's make it like this. Okay, so now we have a nice border. You don't see it now, but it's there. You're gonna see it when we start adding the month. So the month, inside month, we need actually a text to display the month. And this text should be, let's make it 10bx because it should be very small. And let's give it a text color of 757575, or actually let's stick to the chart color that we specified. So it should be this one, and this text should basically go from take the data that's inside search history, that's called label. So it should be label, and now you can see it. The months are appearing, and now if we just zoomed in, you can see the month, you can see the border, and you can see the bars. So now each bar should have a height, and the height is specified also in the data. If you go to search history, the height is called normal, and normal is the percentage of the height of the single bar from the total height. So we should actually multiply this normal value by the maximum height of the remaining area in the chart. So let's do this. Let's save, and we should probably go here. Yeah, I pasted it somewhere, I think. Yeah. Where's my? Yeah, where's our? Yeah, exactly. So in order to make this to happen, we need to write a small line of JavaScript, and this small line basically says that we want binding.normal, which is the data inside. Normal is the data inside search history that contains the percentage, and binding.normal, we want to multiply it by 100, and binding.normal, we want to multiply it by 100, and we should add this percent sign in the end. And what we need also to add is to have this, I think it was something like option O, option, sorry, yeah, we should add this dot. Let me quickly look for this dot symbol, where to find it. We should click save first, and then we should go to the insights panel. Here's insights panel. Yeah, insights panel. Let's go to insights panel. And let's go to this data here. So where is this? Maybe instead of insights panel, let's go to insights, like insights panel, topic insights panel, it's called. Yeah, topic insights panel. And inside topic insights panel, we have the search volume trend. We also have a chart here, and we have the vertical bar. Yeah, yes. So basically what we need to do is we bind the, this is basically what we need to do. we need to multiply the value of normal. The value of normal is usually like a decimal, which is like 0.62 or 0.23 or 0.1. We need to multiply this by 100%, which is the remaining height that the content has, and that's basically the expression that we need to use. This circle, dollar sign, bracket, binding dot normal times 100, and we should put percent in the end. And if we go to back to our tutorial 2 page, and we went to the column bar, and we bind the height to this. Now it should work. Now it's working. And yeah, now you see we have like a nice chart in Harmony, and right now you see they are adjacent to each other, so maybe we should add a width to them, so maybe 12 px. And or maybe 10 bx. And as you can see, they are all like aligned to the there's a different spacing between each bar. So what I would do is actually I'm gonna align everything in the center, so I have the same spacing, and I am gonna make every column has a minimum width of, let's try maybe for example 24 bx, or maybe 24 bx is too much. Let's try 22 bx, and maybe we don't need this background anymore, so let's remove it. And now if we click save, we should see a nice looking chart here. So yeah, that's basically charts in Harmony. Maybe what we need to do is to bind this to the maximum. Yeah, what's left actually is to have this side border here on the chart, between the chart and the chart description. So maybe let's add this. But before we add this, let's first add the maximum and minimum value. So as we said that the minimum value is always 0, so it should be 0. And the maximum value should be something that we find in the data, I hope. So if we click Insights, Search History, yeah, max. So we should just say insights.max. Insights.max. Yeah, now we have the maximum number displayed. And as we said, we want to actually have a side border between this and this. So maybe let's first check if we have enough space. This is 100%, and maybe let's define this as the maximum width otherwise, because if we define this as a width, it will always be 100%, and I don't want this. I just want that the maximum width is 100%, so it doesn't use space more than needed, basically. So what we wanted to add is we wanted to add this border here to the chart. So let's go between the chart body and the chart description and add a divider layout. So let's go to layout and let's go between the two sections and let's add divider. Let's make it height 100%. So you can see it here already, and a width of 1 bx, and it should also have the color of the same border, so 75 75 75. And now you can see that actually it's still like it's going below the border actually, so we need to subtract the height of the text from it. So what we need to do is we need to add, in this divider we need to add a margin of 12 bx. Maybe let's try this. Okay, maybe not 12 bx, but maybe more, like 14 bx, maybe 16 bx. And now I think you can see it. Now we have a nice chart with a vertical border. But as you can see that the vertical border is going way up than it should, and this shouldn't be the case, so we might need to fix something here. So we might also need to add another, I am not sure actually why this is happening. Okay, that's strange. Yeah, you just need to tweak the alignment somehow. And now we have this divider, and we said we want to have no, actually let's get back the alignment to back where it is. Yeah, we said we want to make this directly here, so maybe if we give it, instead of width also, maybe let's, yeah, we say this 100%. Okay, and this, instead of always having a height of 100%, we can just have the maximum height of is 100%. Or yeah, this actually doesn't solve the problem. 100%, and yeah, maybe we can actually, instead of 100%, we can specify a specific height. So you can just say, we said the maximum height is 72, so 72 minus 16, which is 54 bx, for example. Yeah, now it works. And now you have a nice chart in Harmony. Cool. Thanks for watching.